It. All right, thank you. Welcome, everybody. We're going to chat about AI today. I love talking about this. I am not an expert in AI. Oh, welcome to my coaching world. I'm learning along the way, like all of us. I've figured a couple things out. I'm always learning, and I love having this conversation. So I'm glad you guys are here. Before we get started, so everybody knows and is comfortable, I want to go real quick. Who are you? Where are you in the world? And what are you using with AI? What are you using AI for in life or business right now? I'll start us off. I think we can all say chat a little bit. I really like chat. I'm going to show you another tool called Opus AI or Opus Clip. I absolutely love for taking long form into short form video. But chat I use every single day now. And we'll get into that for all kinds of reasons. So, Rocio, you were here first. You're up first. What are you doing
Um,
with AI right now, and where are you in the world?
okay, so I'm here because I don't know nothing about AI. So I thought this class would be great for me so I can learn everything. And
Beautiful.
like I'm located in Northern California, the Bay Area.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You probably use a little AI already and don't even know it, but we'll get into that in a minute. That's perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Patty, can you hear me still?
I can. I'm finishing up this photo shoot, so I was
Okay, no,
lost.
and if we lost you, that's okay. I just wanted to ask where you are with AI right now. Where are you in the world?
You know what? I am just a learning person, and I signed up for a like to get you away from social media and stuff, and to learn how to do AI. There's like different steps, 15 minutes a day, and I'm starting that this week. So, or
Rock and
yeah,
roll.
yeah.
Rock and roll. I love it. And then that I'm going to interrupt our flow here. Grow.google/AI.
Uh-huh.
Grow.google/AI is free growth in demand AI courses for people, humans trying to figure AI out. It's a great place to start. Great place to get a lot of the basics. Great place to start to get that basics and add it to your list as you're learning, guys.
Yeah.
All right, Tony.
Tony Parenti, Berkshire Hathaway, Stanford and Westport, Connecticut. I don't know. I mean, aside from I have Top Producer as a CRM, and they send out used to be Market Snapshot. Now it's something called Home Intel, where it automatically you put in the name and the address and their contact information, and it sends out a report, an automated valuation model report. Same with HomeBot. So I use both of them, and every say month it sends out to the people a value, computer generated value. I'm guessing that's it. I don't know what other AI I use.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Sounds great. Joe Bird, you're next on my list. Where are you? How are you using AI right now?
Yeah, so Joe Bird, I'm from Maryland, Southern Maryland, Pennsylvania. Use ChatGPT and Gemini quite a bit. So I actually design logos. So kind of launching a new team, jumped into ChatGPT and forget which other one I used, and just sort of gave it feedback on a logo, and it spit out like 15 designs. And then I took those designs to my wife, who's a designer, and she kind of tweaked it and made it exactly right. I would say it wasn't perfect by any means, and it didn't know how to spell anything on the logo, but the ideas were awesome. And then I kind of stopped Googling things and just started asking AI. So if I'm trying to find something, I just type in what I'm looking for and just ask it as a simple question, either it's Gemini or ChatGPT, and it gives me a better answer than Google does.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Is anybody else using chat or anything else as a search versus Google? And Google's getting Gemini involved right now, Joe, with search, and there's more AI responses being generated. Is anybody else using it as your search yet? It will. It's coming. I agree, Joe. It's what I do. Dawn, how about you? What's your AI of choice right now? And remind
Right
everybody
now,
where you are on the planet.
I'm just using Tom for AI and ChatGPT, but not using it to the extent
Oh,
that
that,
everybody else is here. So, but I did use it to Google some medical advice. Probably not the best place to look, but it did give me a very good answer.
Well,
thanks, Donnie.
Dawn, I know Joe watches this stuff like me. Joe, you want to tell her the fortunate results from medical advice and AI like ChatGPT?
I don't remember what it was. What was it?
Oh, it's like well over 90% better scored than the doctors.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
it sounds about right.
Yeah, is what I
Yeah.
said. Some Harvard study. I don't know, guys. I didn't do the study. Don't hold that to me. But it's probably better than us psychoanalyzing through WebMD, Don.
I was just listening to a podcast. It's like a medical mystery podcast, and the person's kid, nobody could figure it out. Went to like 20 different doctors, was sick for like 2 years, and ChatGPT came out, and the mom just typed in the symptoms, and it figured out exactly what the kid had. Got to a specialist and cured him like that.
I just went to the doctor the other day and they were listening to all of my intake as well for the out, and it was pretty interesting.
Patty, when you say they were listening, do you mean an AI bot of some kind was listening also?
Yeah, the doctor had a camera on um while he was doing it was a PT exam. I have bad hips and back. Anyway, so while he was manipulating me, he was telling AI, or the computer, what he was feeling and what I was experiencing, and it came up with a treatment plan, and it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's fantastic. I haven't been in the room where it's helping like that. That's amazing. That makes so much sense. And guys, how long have you all known about AI? I just thought I'd ask that
Yeah, it was
question
pretty
too.
cool.
Long
Right?
time.
When did you hear? Well, no. How long ago did you start hearing about AI for real? Rocio, I want to ask you, since you said I know nothing
Um,
about it. When was the first time you
a
remember
good,
hearing it?
a good, I don't know, a
Hey,
good
Don,
year,
go
eight
ahead and
months.
mute me. Can't do it.
There we go. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, a good, I don't know, 8 months, a year.
8 months a year. Hey Joe, how long you been hearing about? Hey Daniel, how long you been hearing about AI?
You know Skynet and
I do know Skynet.
and the Terminator. And yeah.
All right, just for those in the back and those who don't know, the two that just answered my question live in the same house, everybody. And this is such a beautiful example of the dichotomy of the world of AI, right? So thank you for that example. I
Wait,
wasn't planning for that.
is Siri on my phone consider AI? It's a robot, right?
Excuse me. It seems to be there's some AI tendencies creeping into
Okay.
the AI, to the Google, to the Alexa. Um, she'll wake up if I call her by name. Um,
Okay.
there seems to be what's the Apple 16 commercial with Apple Intelligence?
Yeah.
That seems to be, I get a new vibrant color coming when I call her now from my phone. I think that's their new version of AI layered over everything else they do.
Okay.
Um, it's showing up everywhere, right? I'm curious for ChatGPT, it seems to be one that everybody uses. I imagine we're using it for listing descriptions. Okay, so that's usually number one check, anybody who's using it. I have a couple ideas and I want to start there, guys. I just want to go through some tools, what I see. I have a whole list of ideas. I think it's going to be better. I'm going to shift my screen around and show you guys. But let's start with chat. What are you using chat for that's awesome other than property descriptions? And Do you do boring prompts to get your listing descriptions, or are you giving them a killer prompt? Are you creating a prompt engineering type prompt to ask it for really good results back? There's some questions. Whoever wants to go, the floor is open. Except you'll have to unmute.
I'll jump in. I like to just sort of ask questions. So instead of like in a full sentence, instead of like when you do a Google search, you just kind of put keywords in. So just like, this is what I'm trying to do. So I've got a weird car issue going on in my truck. And I've been Googling it. And I couldn't figure it out. And I said, this, you know, ChatGPT, this is what's going on with my truck. This is how it started. This is when it went. What could this be? And it gave me the best snapshot that I've gotten. I don't know if it's right or not, but yeah, just
Very
talking to it
cool.
like it's a person.
Yep, asking real life questions. The more detailed you can ask, the better the results, right? The other thing, does anybody go back and forth? One of the coolest things, and I'll quit, you'll understand. You know how when you do a CMA, do you all do it like me? You start really tight with your criteria, and then you go wider, you go wider, you go further back in time, you go wider. This is the same thing. You ask a question that gives you an answer. Not quite like this. We're going to go a little wider. It's going to start broad with a question. Wait, hold on. I need a little more specificity. Let's ask a little bit more. Hold on. We're getting close, chat, but this is what I'm looking for. Now call him Mr. Ripper in the conversation and write the email for me now. And you go back and forth. Joe, it's one of the coolest things ever. And if you guys can, I don't know, does anybody else do that? Joe and I talk to ourselves. I know that a lot. So talking to a robot, we get a response. It's awesome. Is anybody else doing that, like back and forth at all?
I mean, at one point, I was just having fun with it and like working on my like UVP, and it just kept asking me more and more questions and like digging deeper. So I thought that was pretty cool because then it memorized it all, and like when it was time for me to upload my bloods, it remembered some of the things that we talked about that I do
My gosh.
for hobbies and for fun. And oh well, this level is probably a little bit higher because you do jujitsu and CrossFit, so let's not really focus on that. But if you wanted to get a test for this part anyways, this is the kind of test you should get, etc. So yeah, the more you dig it, you let it dig on you and let it remember it. I think the more accurate it gets.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary. Yeah.
But you're it's super scary, it's super awesome.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait till it has wheels and a face, right? I mean, it's
Mhm.
coming.
Yeah.
Um, has everybody fed your chat GPT your goals, your experience, your family history, your family makeup, anything like that? Okay. Did anybody on this call, this is going to be great because we're recording this, I'm putting out, I don't know if I want to know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask. I sent you guys a 10-minute and 30-second video a day or two ago about using ChatGPT and notebooklm.google.com. Look at those faces. All right. I know each of your facial expressions. That means nobody saw that video. Cool. Can I show you guys something? I mean, hold on. Before I get out of here, what questions do you have about ChatGPT?
Um, this is out of ignorance, so if I'm off base, let me know. But can we give Chat GPT a list of instructions? Go into my email, send this email out to all expireds over the last 60 days. Can we give it like complicated instructions and will it follow, or is it more of a just an answering system?
It's a creation system, it's an answering system. I'll give you a perfect example. I gave it a quick prompt about talking to you guys about this. Here are some topics I want to cover. Create an agenda. I have an agenda laid out here. Would have taken me at least an hour. It was done in 30 seconds.
Wow.
Creation mode. Yeah, that was very cool, right? It took my thoughts, added a couple things, I didn't ask it about, but it pulled from the history. In fact, guys, the reason why I ask about the video, Tony, in the video, and there's a link in the email that followed the video to a bunch of questions, guys. If you answer those questions and tell chat, take a look at these questions. It'll know you. It'll have a lot of information about you. And in the video, it's a goal reminding video, taking that and creating a story with those questions, like an inspiring story for you about your goals. Chat puts the story together. And then you use another AI tool. You can make an audio version of your story. People talking about your goals, Tony, that you're listening to every morning. You can create all of that with AI.
Wow.
I am only talking about it quickly, guys, because you have a 10.5 minute video in your email from me about it. There's a lot we can do. The question is really, what do you want to do with it? Right? There's so much to start with. I highly recommend everybody, if you're not using chat on a weekly basis right now, or Gemini or Claude, is anybody using those tools? Not really?
No.
Okay, cool. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Sweet. All right. I'm just going to flip around. Those of you on your phone, you're going to have to follow on the small screen. Sorry. Okay, yes. So with the prompt and some of my ideas in 30 seconds, Tony, there's my agenda that I'm following over here on this screen that I took out of here. Straight up. I use it a lot. There's a lot of topics we could talk about here with chat. I here, I got to stop sharing for a second. Do you guys know what a prompt engineer is?
No.
Does anybody? Okay. So there are jobs right now for people to be a prompt engineer between $80,000 to $150,000 a year. What's a prompt engineer, you ask? How do you talk to the AI? What is your prompt you're writing? What are you saying to get them to give you, to get them to get it, to have it create what you're looking for? Who went to Elite Retreat? I wasn't there. How many prompts were up on the screen that you all snapshotted and took pictures of? I'm guessing. A bunch of them. Prompts are the way to go, understanding what to say, how to say. And I want to really encourage you guys in there. I can show you some things, but really, you're all smart enough to ask it what you want. I want you to remember being with the kids or your spouse or your significant other and saying, what was the date that that thing happened? And you'd stop yourself. And then what would you say right after that? Somebody would tell you where to go to find the answer. Do you remember that? How did that go? What's that word, everybody? Somebody? Google. Google that shit, right? That's what we'd say, Google. Okay. And then we now start to ask the question and we stop and we go to Google, or we don't even ask the question anymore. We go right to Google. Replace that with ChatGPT. Replace that with Gemini. Replace that with Claude. Start going there first. It will give you links that they found, that they derived, the tool derived to give you the answer. Have you found this? No? Oh, guys, I want to show you this. Cool. I'm excited to show you guys this. That's not what I want. I think I'm showing you the wrong thing. Excuse me. First time on Zoom, everybody. All right. So, all right. First, we have ChatGPT. You guys all know this. Claude is the same thing. Who has a green phone? Does anybody have a Google phone or a Samsung phone? Shoot, I gotta stop share real quick. Is everybody an iPhone here?
Yeah.
All the cool people showed up today. Okay, good job, everybody. Awesome. Um, some of you will like Claude, some of you will like Gemini, some of you will like ChatGPT. Which one will you use for what reason? I don't know. Go figure it out. They all do similar things. Go find out how it works best for you. Find the one that makes you feel more confident in using it. But I highly, highly recommend you use this. Gemini is Google's version. Do I have any Google users? Like all the Google suite of services? So you know Gemini is right there now. Don't know if you saw that, but it's in the boxes, the drop down. We can get to it real easy. I know there are tons of videos on use this one for these reasons and this for these reasons. I found chat to be very helpful for me. I don't use Claude or Gemini, but I highly recommend. I've used them. I haven't found a reason to stick around with either of them versus chat. It's where I started. It works really well for me. What did I want to show you here? Okay. Is anybody using Revy? Okay, nobody's using Revy. Revy is Tom's AI. It's within Illume.
I play with it.
Yeah. What
Mhm.
do you think about it?
I love it. It's good. I like the role play portion. I like the I don't really use it for the listing description. I use ChatGPT more for that, but
Okay.
I'll throw it in there too. But I like the ability to take a news article and convert it into whatever I want, like a script for video or a blog or whatnot. Now, have I done it consistently? No, but I like that it's there, and if I want to pull some new content out to talk about, it's pretty much a click of a button.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
it's
I
pretty
mean,
easy.
and it's the same thing. It's very interesting. This was the last one I asked, just U.S. news. What drives housing market trends in New York City? I can ask, give me SoCal market update for 2025. This is kind of cool. I can do the same thing in ChatGPT. What's cool about this, it just has a Tom Ferry slant to it, right? So if there's an edge or snarkiness to some of our writing and our marketing, it might show up here, our zing, our call to actions. But that's very cool. MLS analysis. Yes, I want to leave this page. If nobody's doing this, you can, and hopefully my reports I've already done came over. Yes, you can actually go do a CMA, a quick market check of your the north, south, east, west borders for a CMA, a whole city. There's a amount limit that you can upload. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I upload it. You view insights. It takes the month numbers, the 22 comps, the 17 comps, and it gives me a complete market report overview of our area with price trends, days on the market, sales pattern. It's breaking down I mean, it's beautiful, you guys. It's really cool. Rocio, if we ever need a area report for the new farm, I could pull some numbers up in here, come up with some verbiage for the specific area based on your numbers, all generated through Tom AI here.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Very nice.
Whatever the title company comes up with, run it through here and see what we get.
Okay.
Any stats they give you, right? The monthly area market update, run it through here, see what kind of report it comes. The role play guys, how much time do we have? How are we doing on time? We're good. Um, if you haven't seen this, Dawn, have you, and I can't see you, you're off screen, Dawn. Have you done anything with the role play yet? No, there you are. Has anybody done anything with the role play? Okay, cool. So, hi, Lauren. I know you're off camera. That's cool. But hi, I wanted to say hi. You can play if you want. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everybody watching on replay, you're my favorite too. These are my favorite live people right now. I want to show you something. I want to play a game with you guys. You thought we were just going to talk about AI. We are actually going to do AI. We're going to use AI right now together. We're not going to create a listing description. We're not going to create a presentation. We're going to handle objections and have a conversation with the robot. You ready? Watch this. Tom, congratulations. This will retire the man. So I go into role play, right? You guys have to see this. If you saw it on the stage, I'm going to show you like coaches showing you. Watch. Little different. So I go new session. I can set Alex, the AI, up to be whoever I want. I can force the situation. In this situation, you all will go take listings. So I want Alex to be the home seller. What personality traits would you like me, the AI, to have? Would you guys like to throw any options out, or do you mind if I say enthusiastic? Oh, it only gave me one option. Okay, we're going with enthusiastic here. No, you're not going to see me work with a real big jerk on the other side. I am going to be, and for those of you recruiting, I can be the recruiter. I can set them up for a recruiting conversation. I can be the agent, make them be the recruiter, fire off objections, get responses back before I try to role play. I can be whoever I want to be. For this one, they're the seller. We're going to be the listing agent. What scenario would you like to role play? So I get to decide who I want to be, who they want to be, how nice or mean everybody is, and who is drawing on my screen. That's awesome. Okay. And then I get to set up the scenario. So right here, let's talk about understanding a seller's motivation to sell. Where do we want to go here? We're discussing price adjustments. Let's jump into it. I want to be medium. Okay. And excuse me, I'm going to get rid of my headset so y'all can hear the robot. Forgive me. Bluetooth air. There we go. Okay. Can you hear me, Rocio? Yes? Okay, cool. So I'm going to begin. Here's the deal. Here's how it's going to go. Alex is going to talk. Her voice is going to show up on the screen. The words that she's saying are going to show up on the screen. For me to interact, I'm going to push a button. I'm going to talk. I'll get it going. And then we're going to round robin. So I just need you all to step up and we're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a real role play session right now, one at a time. Here we go. I'm going to call you all out. So don't worry about it. You can either volunteer or wait till I call on you. We're going to have some fun. Check this out. Here we go. Welcome to the AI course. I love you all. Oh, it's Revy now. It's not Alex. Hold on.
Hello, I'm Rosette, the home seller. How are you doing today?
Okay, excuse me. Hold on. I'm doing great, Revy. Thank you. How are you doing? I hear we're talking about making a move today. Is that right?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
That's
Thanks
right.
for asking. Yes, that's right. We're here to discuss the possibility of adjusting the price of my home. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on this.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, after 30 days on the market and remembering that you wanted to be out in Hobe Sound by the end of March, I wanted to make sure we got on the same page and make sure the the price is absolutely as compelling as possible. And as you can see with the comps, it's really looking like the market's saying we could come down about $25,000 and be right in that wheelhouse where buyers are looking to make a move today. Would you be comfortable making a shift in the price by $25,000? Who's up next? Here she comes. Unmute and let me know you're there. I can't see you.
I see where you're coming from, but I'm a bit hesitant about dropping the price by that much. I was really hoping to get closer to my original asking price. Do you think there's another way we could make the listing more attractive without such a big reduction?
Who's up? Did Joe Bird leave me here? Joe Bird bailed on me. Daniel, you're up. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, ready, go.
Well, Revi, based on that original price, we've gotten no more than 5 showings on your property, and the feedback from them was that the price was just slightly too high. They thought the product, the house itself was in excellent condition. However, none of them were willing to make a move on that. So, based on the new recommended price, I'd like to remarket again, push everything out to the internet, open houses. We'll go and let your neighbors know. And the plan is for us to not leave any money on the table. So by us delaying and staying closer to the original price, I think you may miss out on A, more money, and B, getting you to your grandkids in Idaho. How does that sound?
Perfect.
I understand your point, and I definitely don't want to miss out on being with my grandkids. Maybe we could consider a small reduction first, like 10 or 15,000, and see if that generates more interest. What do you think?
Hey, Patty, you ready to go? No,
No, I
Okay.
missed the whole thing because I couldn't hear. I was getting in and out of my car, so.
Perfectly fine. Tony, you're up. Here we go.
Okay. Well, Revi, you know what? You're the boss, and my role is to advise you. And just remember that when we first spoke and when you spoke to other realtors, it was about 3 or 4 months ago, and it was a completely different market. The market's changing right now. And this can be dangerous for some people because the people that hold on too long to a price, they end up losing. So I'm not trying to reduce the amount that you're going to profit from, but at the same time, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you the truth. And you want to know the truth right now because there are people that lose money and leave money on the table. Um, think about this. Think about if the price goes a little bit lower, if we reduce the price, we
All
might
right,
end up
we're
getting
up.
multiple
Nice job.
offers.
I'm sorry, I forgot to talk about the 1 minute
Just
timer.
now we might attract more buyers and potentially get multiple offers that could even drive the price back up. I know it's a tough decision, but it could be the best move to get you to Idaho sooner. What do you think about that approach?
Okay, so first of all, there's a minute timer and it's going across here, and I should have told you that. Sorry. Thank you for the reminder. And I just wanted to see if you were going to close. It's a good reminder when we're role playing. Say what you got to say sound good, and move on to the next. So welcome to role play, Tony.
Okay, thanks.
Guys, I'm gonna go on. There's a few more things I want to show you. Anybody else have something to close this out? Dawn, you wanna close this for us?
I'll do my best. So
Did you hear what she said?
I did not hear what she said to finish it because other people were talking.
Here you go.
I just
Just now we might attract more buyers and potentially get multiple offers that could even drive the price back up. I know it's a tough decision, but it could be the best move to get you to Idaho sooner. What do you think about that approach?
It's not a bad approach, but as I mentioned the other day, there have been two closings or two properties that closed that were identical or almost identical to your home that really changed the value of what your home could possibly sell for. So I think if we do, Okay.
I missed everything. Hold on just a sec. I'm gonna ask you to do that again. Go all the way back. Sorry, I missed the button. Go ahead.
okay. So we talked about the other day that there were a couple homes that sold in the neighborhood that were almost identical to your home, and they sold for significantly less. Those two sales, when somebody does an appraisal or pull comps, will definitely hurt us, possibly that we may not get as many showings. So I think if we do a significant price reduction and be competitive with what has recently sold and what is still on the market, that I think will get us more showings and possibly get us multiple offers. I don't think a small reduction will have the same effect. What do you think?
Beautiful. I see your point.
I see your point, and I definitely want to stay competitive. If those recent sales are impacting us, then maybe a larger reduction is the right move. Let's go ahead with your suggestion and adjust the price by $25,000. I trust your expertise on this.
All right, Dawn's the winner. She closed for the appointment, baby. All right, so we're using AI. The whole idea of this is we've got something cool. We've got a lot of tools. This AI is ridiculous for you, for your teams, you guys. We go here, we grade the session. We all have to have thick skin. I'm constantly rushing through this. It's always telling me to explain in more detail. It's great. We all got an 87. Good job. Nice performance. We demonstrated good clarity and communication, provided a logical rationale for the price adjustment. We were empathetic and acknowledged the seller's concern. Good job, everybody. You could have been more persuasive by using specific data or testimonials to support our argument. And here's some word choice differences. Anyway, you can download this, you can share this, you can watch your score go from 87 to 99 as you improve. That's kind of cool, right? You can do a whole listing presentation if you want, guys. You want practice? I'll role play with you. You get me 30 minutes a week. You know how that goes. This is here all the time, all the time. The ecosystem is involved in all of this. It's very cool. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. What do you guys think about that? That's pretty awesome. Yeah. I don't get all hyped up on all of Tom's tools. This is one of our tools that I absolutely love, though. I'm very, very proud of this one. All right. Can I show you guys one more and then I'll answer any questions or thoughts? Can you guys see this Opus clip? I just wanted to show you this. This is a really cool tool. This is one of the coolest $20 a month I spend right now. This takes a long form video and turns it into short form video you've seen Jason talk about this. You've heard Jason talk about this either in a podcast or in a video or at an event. It's really good. Here's a time management talk I did, and it clipped up in about 2 minutes. And let me show you something before I show. I uploaded it to YouTube and I dropped a YouTube link. I could have put the raw footage in here, but I did my YouTube link and put it in there in about 5 minutes. It created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27 clips with the captions. Here, I'll show you one. And they're all ranked from what the AI says it's the best of them to the ranked worst of them. I can decide if that's true or not and decide what to do with it, but right away.
That creates anxiety.
Oh, I don't know why I was yelling. Let me roll that down. I was on one, excuse me. I won't bore you with the whole thing, but what I can do, why aren't you letting me in here? There we go. So here I can get in here. I can see it. It gives me the transcript of this. It tells me how long this is. I can export it and download it as is. I can upload it across all the socials. I can shorts, or if they're longer clips, you can adjust and tell it to adjust a certain amount, a length of video. It's fantastic. So if you're looking to just go, talking head style. Daniel, I'm sure your man uses something like this. Just if anybody needs to bring it home and bring it in-house, we've just figured a couple things out with it. It's really neat. And again, these are uploadable right into all of the social formats immediately. So you either adjust it a little bit or not at all, and they're ready to go. It's really nice.
Don, excuse me. You said this is in Illum, or is this Opus Clip,
No,
a
this one
secret
is definitely
program?
not in Illum. This is Opus Clip.
Okay.
Opus Clip, yes. This is yes. Cool. Thoughts, questions, concerns, hallucinations, ahas or ahshets?
Is what is it? Opusclips.com?
I believe it's opusclip.ai actually.
Okay.
Don,
Yes.
I did watch your video you sent out, and it was really cool. The podcast feature was outstanding. The question and answer, the way it fed off of each other. How would you use that?
So yeah, great question, guys. And for real estate, first of all, for personal use, I really believe in that whole process I showed in that video of doing it for ourselves. I think that's a great use right now for it. For commercial use, for real estate. I think we need to be 100% transparent that this is our AI team in whatever we're doing. So if we use it, let's say we went to chat or we wrote our own New Mexico real estate update in Chat GPT. You guys all good for a couple more minutes? Watch this, Patty. Let's do a live example with you guys. Watch this. Let's go to chat. Let's pull a brand new chat. This is what I think. Patty, what's my city?
Las Cruces,
Las right
CRUCES.
2025 real estate market update and outlook for Las Cruces. Did I spell that right?
LASCRUCES.
CRUCE.
Yes.
There we go. New Mexico. Okay, so what? So out of thin air, presto changeo. Thank you, Chat GPT. I could ask it to cite my sources also. Probably should have, but I didn't for this example.
What did you write in there? I can't see it.
My prompt was simply write a 2025 real estate market update and outlook for Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Okay.
So it's going to do this for me. Got a couple paragraphs. Cool. I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to come over to notebooklm.google.com. This is free as of now, as of last time. This is what my 10-minute video is about, but doing it for your goals. It's kind of cool. That's not what I'm doing here. Watch that video. Create new. Come here to add source to generate to get started. Upload a source. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to paste text. Paste that New Mexico real estate update that I did not write, insert. And so what this does, it's going to give me a little synopsis of this. It's going to allow me to pull a study guide or an FAQ from it, a briefing doc, a timeline. But what this is doing is creating a podcast, an AI developed podcast. If I simply stall long enough here, guys, and tell you what it's doing, I will play this podcast for you. And what you're going to hear is a man in a woman's voice in a podcast situation talking about Las Cruces, New Mexico, and the 2025 real estate market and outlook. If I was really smart, Patty, I would have put your name in the article that it wrote. Sorry, I did not. They would talk about you too. So if you
So-
wrote it or pinned your name on it and copied and pasted that in here, then what you're about to hear would include your name also, which would be cool. So to answer your question, our crack AI team has taken a look at Patty's new market update and market report, and they have a few things to share with us about the market right now. 6 minutes, whether it's on X or YouTube or the TikTok or the Gram or wherever. Watch this, guys.
Okay, so are you ready to dive into the Las Cruces real estate market in 2025?
Let's do it.
All right, so we've got all the latest market reports, data analysis, you name it.
Yeah.
We're going to break it all down for you today.
Sounds good.
And by the end of this deep dive, you'll have a really clear picture of what's going on in the market and where it could be going.
Absolutely.
Now, before we get too deep into the nitty gritty, I got to tell you, I saw something pretty interesting.
Oh,
There's a house for sale right now in Las Cruces for, get this, $3.3 million.
wow. That's a hefty price tag.
All right, so I'll send this to you, Patty. I get this. I get to share link. Watch this. I'll do better than that. Y'all can have it right now. I'm gonna put it right here in the chat. By there. There we go, everybody. Patty, if you need that elsewhere, tell me. I'll copy that. I got it now. But you guys can copy and paste that, or just push the button. It'll play on your phone, I bet. It's absolutely cool, crazy, amazing. What to do with it? Market reports like that, maybe.
So I do a market report every month and I send it out, Facebook and newsletter type thing. So I think
Patty,
it might
do that. Copy, paste it into here, create an audio file, upload it to your most visited social media platform where your people are the most, Facebook. Hey guys, I do this for you all the time. I'm playing with some cool AI tools. This is some AI friends reading
Well,
my.
I don't necessarily want people to know that it's AI. I want people to think that I'm spending money and really diving deep in a podcast. That they sound so professional, better than, when I listened to it today, I was like, wow, great. It was a great, very professional podcast. I wish it was my voice on the other side, but if I gave them the stats and they were saying my name throughout the whole thing, shoot,
Give it a shot. Do what you want, but here's the thing. Authenticity rules. At some point, we're not going to be able to tell. You can tell. If you're listening, if you're paying attention, if you're that kind of person or you know about it, you can tell with their pauses, their incantation about it, their tonality. Every once in a while, you can catch it. It's not perfect. Be careful trying to trick somebody into thinking it's
I
not.
don't want to say it's trick, but I'm not going to say.
I know you didn't.
Yeah.
I know you didn't. That's my word. But just be careful. And that's why and I don't know what the right term is, Patty. My AI team, my robot team, my cyber team. I don't know. Something along those lines is what I'm thinking. Just so it's a distinction from you because it's not your voice.
I could be wrong, but I think Notebook LTM, well, I know for sure you can modify the text. So if you do want to put your name in it or whatnot, it'll do that, right? It'll even reference your name. And there's also a part that's coming out. I think it's an upgrade. You don't get it for free, but you can use your avatar, so it will use your voice as the podcast too.
I'm sure they're going to add it
Yeah,
too.
I think it costs more money.
Somebody throwing out local expert, Patty Olson, da 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 da. That's going to pick up, even if it's just a short clip, and then they go listen to it on.
Pantana did it at Elite where he talked about Jimmy Mackin's hair in the podcast, and then he added it in there, and then it talked in the podcast about making fun of Jimmy Mackin's hair while they were talking about real estate. So it's possible.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I've done this too, and I won't bore you with my fun with this. You guys belong to KCM, I imagine, Keeping Current Imagine. Okay. You have a buyer and seller guide from them. every month or every quarter. They put a spring, summer, fall, winter buyer and seller guide together. Download that. It says your name on it. Upload it to this, and that immediately has your spring buyer's guide in audio form. And they're talking about you already, brought to you by Patty. Just like that, Patty. I mean, and then everything Daniel just said, yes. And your own blog post and your own writing and other people's website you want them to talk about. They'll talk about whatever you want. Any PDF upload, any copy it, paste. It's pretty phenomenal. And all of that rambling, Patty, I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'm looking at it. I got to go. I don't know exactly. There's so many ideas, but I don't know if it'll hit. It's a cool technology. I'm not exactly sure where it catches pay dirt and really makes a difference. It feels like you need to make it something for it to be something, right? You've got to be consistent with it. You've got to attach it with every one that you do from now on for the next year. And let's see. It seems like it's something like that. There's something here. It's cool. I really don't know where the ROI is on it yet, but it's one more piece of technology we're all learning and stacking on top of each other through this.
Well, you said it was free, right?
Free. Have some fun with it. And Daniel just told me they're ready.
Okay, so
I've been playing with it for a year, Patty. I knew they were going to have an add-on pay to play sooner or later. It's almost time. So get in there before it all goes pay.
okay, so real quick, I had downloaded that app that I talked about. It's called Courserve, Coursiv. And this would be for Don, your clients like me that have no tech, whatever, and just don't have time to do all of it. But this is supposed to be 15 minutes a day, replace your social media and do a 15-minute course. And there's like, all the ones you mentioned today, there's a clip in them for, you can start with what you know, and then it will put you on to a different, so it was cheap.
There it is. I got it. Okay.
Okay, so any of you guys that might need help like me. So, okay.
Rock and roll.
Coursiv?
Coursiv.
SIV. Thank you.
IV, it looks like. Yeah, I appreciate it.
And it was, it was on Facebook saying if you're an old lady like Patty, you might need this. So.
Oh, glad you shared. Thank you very much. Dan, silent killer, bless you. I saw that. Bless you, my man. Thank you guys. I know this was kind of all over the place. That's what I wanted with this. I want to do a little more AI talk on a regular basis, just more masterminding than me having all the answers. Any new tools I find, any tools you guys find, let's keep talking about it. So watch the emails. I'm going to be doing more of these and theming the weeks out a little bit more for hopefully some more tools that we can use and put right to play in our daily life. So thanks for being here, guys.
Don.
Thank you, Don.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.